welcome to a new episode of Short Film Saturday,
Saturday,
Thursday,
Saturday.
Monday, Tuesday. It's one of those days.
It's
Anyway,
Saturday.
Saturday. Well, it's the day that we do short films. And this time I got to pick a film, your old pal the Moo Cow here. And we did a movie called 5 Minute Dating.
Did you know I was doing the right hook before or
Why would I know
after?
that?
I mean, no, but I mean, like, did you like you wouldn't know that. But
No.
like, so you planned this before or did you
Yeah.
plan this after?
Yeah.
Okay. That's crazy because we both did dating shorts kind of thing, or
Very
whatever.
different ones.
Very different ones, but this, kind of similar. I mean, awkward people figuring out how to date or whatever. This time it's not a bar, it's a 5 minute dating thingy. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, like a speed dating thing, which
Speed
used to be
dating.
a thing for a while. I don't know if it
I think
still
there
is.
is still a speed dating thing.
And it's funny. So, it's this guy who comes in who's not only is he awkward, but he looks like a complete freak. And, he looks horrible. Looks his face is all screwed up.
Flashed up
And,
because his
but
name is
he,
Flash.
he, he comes off as very, very awkward. And you can't help but sort of like, have sympathy for him. And the buzzer goes and he starts meeting all these women, and of course they're all reacting very badly to him.
Throwing up or screaming.
Like that. And there was this one weird woman where she's like, "You poor poor man," and she's like,
Lonely man.
"Oh
Lonely
my
man.
god," that was like,
And
"Ooh,
it looked
ooh,
like she was gonna like wanna like spank him or
spank
something.
him." I know, it was kind of frightening.
So I mean, it was kind of scary to him, which, that's kind of funny,
Yeah,
considering
it
he's
was
the
it was
one.
cute. And then finally he ends up with Sarah, who has another freak who has deformities, and she's really awkward and shy, and they have a little exchange, and then her eye starts to bleed, so she's got to run off to the bathroom, and there's this giant pile of bloody Kleenex there, which is so funny. And but they come back and they look like they're really gonna actually hit it off, and they kind of do hit it off. And he invites her back to dinner, and the twist at the end is that she is the dinner.
She is the dinner.
And
She'd like to come up for dinner, and
puts her name Sarah on the thing, and there's like
mm,
50 other ones there.
I was so sad when I was seeing him eat, and it turned out to be her, 'Cause I liked
Mm,
her and I liked him, and I thought they were a match made in heaven, and that wasn't his plan, I guess, because
match made in hell.
but he had other people, like I guess other name tags that he took, so he's done this thing before
Right, right, right,
and
right.
stuff. So it was
So
interesting.
this is a movie that was made by a guy named Peter Hatch, who is usually a camera guy or a producer. He has directed a few other shorts, and then he did a full length called Marriage Shattered Vows, and he did a 5 minute segment in a movie called Slash FM, which I think was one of those ones where it's a whole bunch of different directors coming in together. But otherwise,
Ah,
he's mostly a camera guy, and he's done just a few other things. He was a camera operator, for example, on Zombie Beach. Um,
Zombie Beach?
yeah,
That sounds fun.
yeah, I know. So he was doing that one, and he did a few other things too. So this is his short that he wrote and directed, and this is from 2010.
Um,
So
when
there
you were
you
saying,
go.
when you were saying like speed dating isn't really a thing now, 2010 it was really popular.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. And this was his first one, so pretty good for a first one, if you ask me.
Yeah, it was a pretty good
You know,
short. I mean, it, but once again, like knowing that he was a camera operator kind of really makes sense because a lot of the shots were really well set up, well lit, and looked good. You know, um,
mhm.
so I would have.
And the actors look like they are all folks who've worked with his other shorts and other things. So Yeah, they must have a little group together that they do stuff with. So, which is
Yeah,
cool, you know.
I
So,
liked it. I had a fun time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was cute. And if you go onto YouTube, you'll see it. If you go to one of the channels called Deformed Lunchbox, you can see it there, and they have a whole bunch
Deformed
of.
lunchbox.
I know they have a
Kind of
whole
works
bunch of.
for the deformed, face.
Yeah, they have a whole bunch of interesting shorts on there. I have a bunch that I downloaded, and this is the one that kind of grabbed me because it was just the fun twist, and it was funny, but sad as well. You know,
Yeah, it was sad. It had a little bit of a twist ending that made you go, "Aw," Or Sarah. She was, she seemed like a sweetheart. She didn't deserve to be eaten, but
that's true. But
but I mean, the beautiful things you don't have to see him like cut her open or whatever. You just
it's
see
same eating.
you see him eating it, which is already gross enough. Like so.
Yeah, could you figure out what that was initially, or did you?
I wondered because you don't see her there with him. You
Right.
just see him munching on it. So I'm like, oh shit, was it her? But and then it was, and then you're like, oh,
Oh,
but
so
but they had
that
what?
was his hook. That was his right hook.
Yeah, exactly. If you guys remember a couple weeks ago we did the right hook, which to us was actually a couple minutes ago. But to you guys it was then and then it was a dating one too, so like doing two kind of dating
Yeah,
things.
it's just serendipity that it happened that way.
And you know what, that actually works, I guess. It's a little bit of a theme this month, I guess. Dating.
Mhm.
Sorry,
Well, and
dating in the early
it's
2000s.
kind of funny too because really, when you do these speed dating things, I mean, you're going up to complete strangers and you have no idea who these people are, and even though it's only 5 minutes, who the heck knows,
Especially if you like start liking them, you're like, oh, let's go out and stuff, and then they could be a psycho
You could be dinner.
cannibal, you know. So yeah, it was an interesting little short film. I liked it. I thought it was funny. It had
It
a
was cute.
Yeah, it had its little moments, and I like that it was labeled as horror film, which it has horror elements, but it's not a horror film. Like it's not
And it was quick. It was only like 5 minutes.
yeah, it was like four something, 4 minutes
So
or something.
that was good too. They didn't push it too much.
No, everything went pretty quickly. The speed dating and then meeting Sarah and then meeting Sarah and then eating Sarah.
And then, unlike your short where there was a lot more action, there was a lot of stunts, and there was a lot of stuff going on, this was the opposite. They didn't have anything like that. But what they
Right,
did have is makeup and
right.
prosthetics and
That's what I was gonna say. If they didn't have stunts, they had makeup. So like
Mhm.
their stuff still seemed very professionally done. It's just a different kind of thing. It wasn't meant to be a action-packed short. It
Right,
was meant to be
right.
a comedy, straight up comedy, which it
Certainly
was.
mean-spirited comedy, but a comedy nonetheless.
Mean spirited, I mean, because, there's the people that are definitely don't like him or
Poor
whatever it
Sarah.
is. Or poor Sarah. But yeah, I like that his name was Slash apparently, and it's because his face is all slashed up. And I
That's
guess
funny.
like I always like thinking, is he like supposed to be like the Phantom of the Opera kind of thing, or
Could
something,
be. Don't know.
So I don't know what he was modeled after, but he was pretty ugly looking. She looked like a dead nurse, I thought for a second. I thought she said she was a kindergarten teacher. I thought that was
Scaring the
kind of
shit out of
funny.
the kids.
I thought that was kind of funny. I would have loved to see a clip of her with the kids, and the kids are
Yes,
like, mommy,
that's
you
funny.
know, like how can you teach? Oh, actually, kindergarten teacher would be a nice one because back in kindergarten, that's when kids are sort of the nicest at that
Right,
time.
right.
It's when they get into like more older where they start going,
See, and Echo Lake is exactly the kind of place where you could have monsters being kindergarten school kids and going on speed dates and doing fun things
yeah.
like this.
So yeah, that's definitely got that kind of twist.
I like it. I think it's funny. I love taking things that are just sort of normal everyday stuff and making it grotesque and absurd and just putting weird people in there and having them do the exact same thing, like
That
everybody
normal
else does.
everybody else does,
Yeah.
but it makes you all weirded out because you're like, who the fuck is this guy?
Right.
Yeah, I liked it though. I had a fun time. I enjoyed it, and I want to see more from this guy. I hope he makes more movies.
Peter Hatch. Very good.
And
Good
Peter
job.
Hatch, keep making them. And once again, like I did with the other one, I'll put a link to this short film so people you can check it out. Hopefully, you check it out before the review because we spoiled the shit out of the whole thing.
I bet you
I mean, it's
can't do
only
a
four
5 minute
minutes.
short without some kind of
Spoil.
spoiler.
Yeah, you can't you have to tell us like because otherwise this would be a really short review because there's nothing you could talk about then. The
Unless
sh
they ask me about my moo cow.
yeah, they, as far as I know, nobody has though. No. All right, everybody. I guess that wraps it up. Unless you have something you want to say about it. Oh,
No, other than, I'm, looking for interesting shorts out there. That's for sure. There's a ton of them out there. I love it. And
mm-hmm.
I'm dying to make some myself. I just think it's a lot of fun. It's an underlooked, underutilized medium, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. So everybody, you can make it short like the right hook or 5 minute dating, which doesn't sound as horrible than horror like than it is, but it's pretty grotesque and scary in a way. So thank you guys for checking this out. Join us next month for a brand new short film Saturday. I think we'll be back in the studio by then. I hope. And we'll do some more at the new couch. So we'll be back. But until then, everybody, hope you guys have a good one. Bye.
Bye.